continues to mount pressure on Congress, demanding an apology from both Adhir Ranjan Chowdhury and Sonia Gandhi over the Rashtrapatni jibe. This is the latest we are now bringing to you. The BJP continues to mount pressure. For more details, I have with us Arun Dhanta. Arun, if you could take us through the latest tactic that the BJP is now using to mount pressure on the Congress party for an apology.
Well, see, one thing that we have been speaking yesterday, that the Congress party has given this opportunity on the platter to the BJP when Adhir Ranjan Chowdhury made this comment against, the president. And therefore, since yesterday, the way BJP is mounting pressure on the Congress party inside the parliament is something which BJP has devised to take on to the Congress party. And in fact, yesterday, when Adhir Ranjan Chowdhury said that it was a mistake, he did not say this knowingly, and he is ready to apologize before the president personally, but he will not apologize before the BJP, and that arrogance which BJP is saying was still there in Adhir Ranjan Chowdhury when he was making that apology before the media, while he was speaking to the media. And in fact, yesterday we had seen BJP women MPs protesting and demanding the apology from none other than the Sonia Gandhi in the entire matter. In fact, the press conference which was being held by Meenakshi Lekhi yesterday at the BJP headquarters, she was saying that why Adhir Ranjan Chowdhury is saying that he will apologize personally to Droupadi Murmu. He is somebody who has abused the entire tribal community, and therefore he and Sonia Gandhi will have to apologize to the entire tribal community because they have insulted them. And therefore, in that same line, today we are seeing the similar strategy being followed by the BJP, that they are targeting at the Congress party both Adhir Ranjan Chowdhury and Sonia Gandhi and demanding their apology. Yesterday, when in fact Sonia Gandhi approached Rama Devi, and later on when reporters spoke to Rama Devi, she was saying that Sonia Gandhi, when Sonia Gandhi approached her and when Smriti Irani intervened, it was Sonia Gandhi who was rude towards Smriti Irani, and Smriti Irani was only asking that, ma'am, what is how can I help you?
Right.
And in that matter, Sonia Gandhi was very, very upset and showing that wagging her finger to Smriti Irani. So these are the allegations which is coming from the BJP.
In fact, I'd like you to take our viewers through the way the BJP has now been escalating this in the form of protests. Right now, on the right side of our screens as we speak, I can see a protest going on by the BJP workers in Ranchi. Yesterday, we saw the BJP also protesting in Mumbai. So, they seem visibly very disturbed as far as those remarks by Adhir Ranjan Chowdhury are concerned. Having said that, how is the BJP now making a national issue of those remarks?
Well, see, one thing is very clear here, that, the way opposition parties were trying to mount pressure on BJP on various issues, trying to corner them in the parliament, demanding discussion on various issues, and therefore coming, something of this nature to the BJP is something which they grabbed immediately. And therefore, day before yesterday, when Adhir Ranjan Chowdhury made this comment, we saw a flurry of tweets coming from the senior top ministers of the BJP on Twitter. And then on next day, yesterday, we saw an early morning press conference of Smriti Irani, where she outlined the entire narrative which is being built by the Congress party against the women of this country, tribal of this country, and the Dalits. And therefore, subsequently, the way BJP raised the matter inside the parliament. In fact,
Arun,
yesterday when opposition...
Stay with us because we have some more breaking news coming in. The Congress is now meeting to chalk out a strategy, deciding to shift focus from Adhir Ranjan Chowdhury over to Sonia Gandhi. The party wants to divert and cover up embarrassment over Adhir Ranjan Chowdhury's comments. The Congress feels Sonia versus BJP will get more opposition parties. And for that, let's quickly go across to Pallavi Ghosh on the story. Pallavi, this change in narrative is going to prove very crucial for the Congress party along with the opposition. Not to forget the support she garnered from, say, TMC MPs like Mahua Moitra or even Supriya Sule of the NCP.
Yes, and if you look at the chronology and sequence of events since yesterday, one can understand why the Congress now wants to make it Sonia versus the rest battle. I'm just going to take some time and quickly step back in history. The genesis of Sonia Gandhi's so-called successful politics goes back to 2004. And at that point of time, she pitched herself as that lone woman who's taking on all the BJP. And therefore, not once but twice, the UPA came to power. And thereby hangs the story of the power of Sonia Gandhi. And that also explains why, in stark contrast to her son Rahul Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi is certainly seen as the most successful politician within the Congress, and this also explains why you have opposition parties like the Trinamool Congress also, which shares a bad blood with the Congress party, at least very soft on Sonia Gandhi. Whenever Sonia Gandhi calls up Mamata Banerjee or anyone from the TMC, Mamata Banerjee makes it a point to respond and also come down to any opposition party meeting which has been called by Sonia Gandhi. This is the simple calculation and strategy which explains the shift in stand of the Congress party since today. Look at the nuances. Adhir Ranjan Chowdhury remains brazen. He talks about how Sonia Gandhi has been treated. He talks about the fact that Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao program ke pehle, Sonia Gandhi was the one who actually brought in the women reservation bill. So he also pitched the whole strategy in towards Sonia Gandhi. Then one soundbite after another makes the point that how Sonia Gandhi is being treated badly. Mallikarjun Kharge writes a letter to a Rajya Sabha chairperson, again makes the point how Sonia Gandhi had been treated badly. And I think the Congress party is buoyed by the support they got from, say, Mahua Moitra. They also got from Supriya Sule, and on Twitter they actually go on to thank these opposition parties for standing by Sonia Gandhi. So this has been a shift in their stand. They understand the ramifications of that comment by Adhir Ranjan Chowdhury, despite the fact that he's giving an explanation. It is something which helps the BJP, embarrasses the Congress party. So they want to cover up on this and a diversion on this, and hence shift the focus to Sonia Gandhi versus the BJP, hoping to do a redux of 2004.
All right, Pallavi, stay. All right, with that, I think we'll be now. It's now time to shift our focus over to other stories. Many thanks to you, Pallavi and Arun Danta, for bringing in all those details and putting the story into perspective for us. And with that, let's now shift our focus over to West Bengal.